All right, let's get rocking. G'day, legends. TJC Sports here. Welcome back to another legendary NRL live stream reaction here. Today, we're reacting to our second game of the night, our final game of the night. It is a potential 2026 grand final game here. It is the Penrith Panthers versus the Melbourne Storm at CommBank Stadium. Isn't it ironic that the two teams that absolutely destroyed Para and are the only two teams to beat Para this season are the teams playing each other at our home ground, baby? Because believe it or not, yes, I am an Eels fan, legend. Goodness me, how hilarious is that? So funny for this one, legends. If you enjoy, remember to hit that like button, show your support, share around all that good stuff here. Game's due to kick off in about 10 minutes, legends. Actually, about 8 minutes now, technically. But when we clicked live, it was 10 minutes, I swear, legends. TJC would never totally lie to you. At least not deliberately. Not deliberately, all right? Maybe accidentally, but never deliberately, all right? Always with a purpose here on the channel. So far as we open up here, 15 votes on the poll. Seems like 73% of you heading into this game on the TJC Sports poll are going with the Penrith Panthers to win this one as the favourites. Melbourne Storm at the 31% to win at the moment here. It's updated to 69% for Panthers, by the way. Nobody going for a draw in this epic clash here. This was the favourite for the grand final last year, and that was with good reason there. Firstly, none of us could have predicted the run the Broncos went on, but secondly, the Melbourne Storm and the Panthers are by far, in the last 5 years, the best two teams. As for lineups heading into this game, legends, Penrith Panthers, Dylan Edwards lines up at fullback with Thomas Jenkins and Brian To'o on the wings. Casey McLean and Paul Alamotti are your centres today, with Blaze Talangi and Nathan Cleary in the halves. Expect a big game from Cleary. He captains the side here. Moses Leota and Lindsay Smith are the props, with Freddie Lussick at hooker because, of course, Mitch Kenny, who's such a crucial player for them, is out due to suspension. Rightfully so, but, we won't get into that. Isaiah Papali'i and Liam Martin are in the second row, with Isaiah Yeo at lock. Jack Cogger, Billy Phillips, Scott Sorensen, Luke Garner, Isaac Tongo, and Billy Scott on the bench. As for the Melbourne Storm, Sua Fa'alongo is at fullback with Will Warbrick and Siolungi Tuamalatu Brown. I hope I didn't butcher that. Manaya Watar in the center with Nick Meaney. Leo was out for this one. Cameron Munster and Jerome Hughes in the halves. Stefano Utuwe-Kamanu and Josh King at the props. Harry Grant captains at hooker there. Expect something from him if the Storm are going to make it happen in the upset. With Joe Chan and Cooper Clark in the second row. Cooper Clark coming in late to rotate with Alec McDonald, who drops to the bench. Trent Loiero is at lock there. What a simple player he is. Does the required stuff. He's not exactly X Factor, but he's not exactly not a player you want on your team. Pretty much the best possible team player you could have. With a bench of, we talked about him before, Alec McDonald, Tyron Wishart, Davey Moali, Jack Heverington, Lazarus Valepu, and Preston Con in a late addition to the team here. The battle of two of the NRL's big coaches. It is Ivan Clear and Craig Bellamy, with of all refs, Ashley Klein refereeing, so we should be in for an interesting game here. Hello to everybody in the chat. We do read every single chat here on the channel, assuming that you're not being toxic, so feel free to drop in with anything, legends, and we'll chat. Rugby Fellas is first. Congratulations, mate. Liam Pritchard, one of our long-time viewers, saying Panthers by 4, first try scorer, Dylan Edwards, baby. Dylan Edwards. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Honestly, doesn't shock me, man, if Dylan Edwards flies on over in this one. This is the kind of game where Dylan Edwards steps up, isn't it? These are the kind of games exactly why Panthers decided to keep him instead of the whole Yongi thing. Get well soon, Yongi. Jason Reeder says Storm 1-12, 28-24 is his prediction. We're going to pop that into the starred comments on my stream, and I'm going to keep that in mind for the rest of the game here, just like Liam's one. Will their predictions prove to hold solid in this overall game? We'll know in about 5 minutes, legends. Keep popping the votes on the poll. It's already changed since the couple of minutes ago when I read it. Storm have already gone up a whopping 4%, and the Panthers have dropped a whopping 9%. Goodness me, legends. Some votes dropping around, right? Finally, some people going for the draw. Nobody ever votes for the draw, so crazy to see. Great win from the Rabbitohs against the Bulldogs. It was a brilliant win for the Rabbitohs against the Bulldogs. Speaking of Rabbitohs, Davey Moale off the bench for the Storm. Would it be interesting to see him crash on over for something in this game here, of course? Definitely wouldn't be paying low. And honestly, this is a battle of probably the two best halves combos in the game, right? Blaze Talangi and Nathan Cleary versus Jerome Hughes and Munster. Like, can you get more pressuring than that? Going through these lineups, actually, the Panthers win in a lot of areas, but those halves are pretty evenly matched, let's be honest, overall. Between the two, it's the best 5'8" taking on the best halfback. And, the Jerome Hughes is still in the top, three halfbacks. You'd argue it's even a better half because Blaze Talangi, as great as he is, and I say this as being one of Blaze's biggest lovers, especially for Parafan standards. I absolutely adore Blaze. He's an amazing bloke. But Cameron, well, if we're being honest, Cameron Munster, he's the best. He's literally the best 5'8" in the game. So, him with a top three halfback. Blaze isn't a top three 5'8", let's be honest. He's up there in 5'8", but I don't know if I'd call him top three or top two. Maybe he'd need to be at least top two, wouldn't he, for the debate, so, to be real. So, unfortunately, I do think the Storm have slightly better halves, but overall, both teams forces to be reckoned with in this one here. It's prepared. It's a bar of gold next to a shiny bar of gold, essentially, right? It's not actually right to even put a comparison in there. At all. It's like comparing the captain's talents. Hooker, completely different to halfback, right? 5'8" is a very different position to halfback nowadays, let's be honest. The way that the game's changed so much, it's constantly moving on and up towards different things. By the way, the game hasn't even kicked off, and we've already hit our 5.5K goal, so thank you very much, legends. Insane stuff there. Not going to focus on that too much, but I really do appreciate that. We're officially closer to 6K than 5K right now, actually, because we gained a couple subs. Anyways, of course, there's no questions about it. It's the battle at CommBank here between the Pars and the Storm. 7th versus 1st. People very quick to forget how the Storm at this moment, in terms of wins, haven't done any better than Para, Dolphins, who just conceded a 50 bomb, Cowboys, Broncos, Manly, or Sharks. They're going to want to do an upset today to switch it up here. 3 straight losses. It'll be the first time in years that they've managed such a feat here. Running out for a heritage round, it is Harry Grant there. The Storm flags waving high. I'm wondering if those were provided to them outside. Will says, yo, Will, my boy, welcome to the stream, mate. Good to have you here. One of our longest term viewers, probably about as long as Liam, maybe slightly less long, jumping into the chat here. Who's he supporting in this game today between the Pars and the Stros? The Straws? What would the Storm equivalent be to that? Sua Falogo, what a player he is. Mate, his try scorer record, by the way, Sua Falogo, legends. I think that, unbelievably, they've actually upgraded with him at the fullback spot this year. He's older than people think at 23 years old, but 26 games for 21 tries. This is going to be his 27th. Absolutely insane stuff. And then on top of that, legends, shout out to Liam Martin, who celebrates a huge milestone today, though I'm sure some people would debate whether he should be suspended from last week. Liam Martin gets off with it and manages a historic 150 games for himself in this game today. And the Panthers crowd shows him some love. What the heck? There's a Bulldogs fan in the crowd. Why is there a Bulldogs fan in the crowd? There shouldn't be a Doggies fan. He should be at a Cobra. You jokester. You joke, you. I'm hoping he went to both games. Jamar says Storm by 26. I always love seeing names I don't remember. Welcome to the stream, Jamar. Good to have you here, mate. Bring on the game here. Storm to absolutely smash the Panthers, according to him here. Anyways, legends, count down with me here. Your kickoff to Penrith Panthers versus Melbourne Storm in round 5. 3, 2, 1. We have kickoff here at CommBank Stadium. The Melbourne Storm will be opening up the game with the ball here and smashing into the line there. It is Melbourne Storm number 10 there. None other than Josh King. Didn't work at the Titans. Didn't work at the, the Knights, another club he played for. But Melbourne, absolutely brilliant stuff from him all around. One of the most underrated forwards. Now to Harry Grant. Scoops through the middle. Scurries from acting half. Over to Munster here. Munster wrapped up by Kayo and Papali'i, the big bopper. The 2022 grand finalist. And it's a big kick by Hughes here. Over to the 30 where Thomas Jenkins collects it now. Jenkins into the line here. Sup, legend. Sup, Nards. Good to have you in the stream, mate. Incredible start to the thing so far here. Who you picking in this one, man? Always good to see you in the chat, Nards. Finds Talangi with the service here. Well, if Thomas Jenkins, legends, scores a try today, by the way, crashing through on the left here. If he scores, he will quite possibly make history, legends. We'd have to be going back to the 40s for the last time a player scored as many tries. We already are at this point in time. And he's only 25. Where'd he come from, guys? He's such a late bloomer. It's a very high kick here. Pressure in the air from them. Dylan Edwards gets him down. And Will is going for the Stormer in this one here. Well, I tell you right now, Will is going to be going, hallelujah, Ashley Klein. I love you about as much as you hate your barber. It's a penalty for the Melbourne Storm. Off square here. Yeah, Dylan Edwards looks like he came a bit quick. And the first penalty of the game will go to Storm. Harry Grant with the service now. And, oh, that's a very average tackle there on the Storm. Cooper Clark lifted into the air there. I'm very surprised that they didn't call anything there. Evening, legends. Oh, it's Mel. Great to have you here, our favourite New Zealand supporter. How are you feeling today, all right? You feeling better? I know that you've been going through a lot lately, so we've been thinking about you. Harry Grant. To Joe Chan. Chan, if you can get me some super coach points, buddy, it'd be well appreciated here as you get about 5 meters over to the 30. Munster doing a bit of the trot there. No, just kidding. Let's trot is Josh's thing. Then gets over to Suafa Longo here, who shakes off one, tries to shake off two, though, but Paul Alamonte is just too strong for him there. Brute force here. And it's fifth tackle for the Storm here as Harry Grant gets it to Hughes. Hughes is just going to thunder this in the air. There's plenty of chase on this. It's Siolagi Brown, and he could not get it there. Brian To'o provides good defense there. And there was a hand from Melbourne, reckons the ref. And on the 20, the Panthers are going to go. In goes Brian To'o now. Mel jumps at the chance, says Panthers by 20. I love it. I love it, Matt. I love it, Mel. Based on form, absolutely, you're right. But never write off the Storm. Never. Can Panthers... Also, with my hate for Storm, I cross my fingers. Can Panthers lose it for themselves is the only question, bro. Absolutely. It's only early, man. 6 again for the Panthers here. That's the big question. It's not whether necessarily how Melbourne can perform, because we know how Melbourne can perform. They're consistent for a reason. They're one of the most trusted teams for tips for a reason. You know, Cleary out the back here, finds the pass to Paul Alamonte. It's about, will the Panthers lose it for themselves as well with a good performance? Malak says Storm 1-12, another new fresh face. Good to see it, legends. I'm loving the amount of people backing the upset here. It really shows you how little you can doubt the Storm. Just Teddy moved around here, gets to the 20. McLean. Mate, McLean in a New Zealand jersey is unrivaled. Kayo to Leota. Leota looks for the pass now, but Leota can't find the pass. Down it goes. Now Cleary on the right. 5th tackle here. He finds To'o. To'o kicks low. Is that played out by Harry Grant? Is that a full set? Is that a full set? Liam Martin on his 150th! And I think it's going to be play on Panthers to take the lead. Oh, my God. They just stood there like statues. I'd say they're the Weeping Angels, but when you don't see the Weeping Angels, they move. They were just there. They were doing their best impression of a mime. Goodness me. And the Penrith Panthers crash on through here. It is 4-0 for the home side, legends, in this one here today. Penrith Panthers. The black, green, red, yellow, and white have done it again. And of all players, Liam Martin in his milestone game to get the job made. Kia ora to the whole stream. I'm okay, thanks, buddy. Been a bit tough rehab this week, but trying to stay positive. Hey, if there's a place to stay positive, it's this stream. We've got you, Mel. We've got you. You're all good. You're fine. You're gonna be amazing. In fact, you're better at everything than me. Okay, I'm just slow as hell. Cade Mill says, I think full time in extra time Panthers 26, Storm 30. Oh yeah, that's another good prediction to have in the stream. I absolutely cannot stand the Storm, so Death Panthers. Agree. I can't stand either team. So, and I think that's because I spent the entire time in Penrith as a Para fan during the 4-peak, but, I can't stand either. So, ultimately, I don't really lose whoever loses or wins, right? I don't lose or win, so I feel like I get a victory either way. But Liam Martin crashes over for the Panthers here. Thanks, Legend. I already feel better. That means it's working, folks. We're doing our jobs. Our jobs as a stream. Let's go. Now Nathan Cleary. Let's do another job. Let's force a mistake, all right? He's going to swing this to the side, all right, or hit the post. We're going to make this happen, all right? We're together on stream. We're going to envision this. Oh my God, we almost did it. We didn't envision hard enough. He swings just barely through the middle. He nearly hit the post, but not quite. Oh, we were so close. Don't worry. We can try for next time, whether it's Storm or Panthers trying to score the goal. We'll try for next time to get that aura across, all right? Just so close, but so far, man. He was hitting that post, and then the wind, it's because we stopped doing it for a second. Absolutely. Damn, Storm, what was that defense? I think that the Storm got confused with the Harry Grant touch. I don't think Harry Grant agreed with the call at the time, but you got to keep defending. Even Craig Bellamy would say this for the Storm, right? You got to keep going. You got to keep the defense going, whether you agree with a decision or not. That is on the Storm why they conceded. But they're also the kind of team where they won't let it impact them too much. Crashing through the middle now for the Panthers here. It is Lusick who goes down. Brother of course, the other two Lussicks that we all know about. Joey in particular, I'm very familiar with. Will Wasbrick. Oh, yeah, Will Wasbrick. Over to the Waz he goes. Mel, brag about that all you want. What an incredible winger that is you're getting. Honestly, super talent there. Former All Black. Rounded Tulagi. Finds McLean. Thomas Jenkins. By the left here. To the 40 now he goes down. He's now Will Warbrick, right? Cleary. They're testing it here, Farlogo. It's helmet versus helmets, bro. Isaiah Papali'i versus Sua Farlogo there. Down goes Sua Farlogo now. And he took it nicely here as the Storm crashed through the middle now. Lindsay Smith with a good piece of defense here. Puts it up now for them. And Manaya, Wyatt, or does it? Sorry, my tongue's not tonguing right now. It's my bad. I think it's because it's 8 o'clock. Over to the middle now. Harry Grant gets it to Jerome Hughes. And he'd be their kicker of choice generally. And time to step up. Munster. It's a big kick here. He hurries one away. And it nearly gets to the 10-metre line. That was a solid kick there from Cameron Munster there. And now Joe Chan works with Loyero to get him down. Josh King will wrap it up neatly. And Edwards feeling his ankle here. This might be a problem. Penrith Panthers may have an issue with their fullback. We'll hold off on it here before we say anything on it, legends. And during the break here, as we take a look at a potential ankle. He's kind of just doing a tackle, right? Let's be honest. But good one, Lusick making Panthers. Not sure why Waz let him go. I think he'll do great at pass. I'm not sure why the Waz let him go either. He's a solid hooker, right? But I guess it is what it is. He is great at the pass, or at least he's a pass-worthy player. Good on him for getting the role, right? However we feel about the Panthers, you got to give credit where it's due to when players find their way into such a solid team, right? He's definitely a great one for them. I think that him and Mitch Kenny are a good hooker rotation for what Penrith need. You got to remember, you can be a good hooker and not fit the style of what your team needs, all right? Reed Marty at the Dogs, for example, but Reed Marty at Para, perfect, because he fit the style. All right, that's probably my best example I can give you. As Cleary goes to the right here and sets up Liam Martin to crash through there, and down goes Liam. Happy Easter, legends. Happy Easter, Mel. Happy Easter to all, and Good Friday, right? Legend Titans or Broncos? Got to go Broncos, man. But I'd prefer Titans to win, but you got to go Broncos. Let's be honest. Cleary, Lussick to Cleary. Cleary dummies instead of passing, and down he goes. And it's service from Lussick to Talugi. It's 6 more for the Panthers. The Storm are losing all their Easter eggs in the basket now, legends here. In fact, now that you've said Easter, I'll probably on the Sunday or something add Easter bunny bloody ears to the players on the side. Kenny. Here we go to Edwards. Oh, that's not Kenny. They're just both bold. It's Edwards. Down Edwards goes. Can't escape the Storm defense here. Stefano Tuekamanu always opening his mouth to Yeo. Can they open up the defense? Ooh, oh, here we go to Luggy. Casey McLean. McLean couldn't crash through now. It was the man, Isaiah Papali'i. They stick down the left edge as he tries to weave through here. Couldn't do it, legends. At the moment, a lot of your predictions, legends, are looking nice. Oh, my God, it's the man himself. We were just talking about him. Lussick has scored. Lussick has scored for the Panthers. This isn't a drill. He scored in the black jersey. And the Penrith Panthers lead 10-0 against the Storm. And Craig Bellamy will be furious with this start. It was another simple defensive explosion from the Storm. He just crashes through the line, and Prime Storm is prepared for that. They were not. And so far, the only prediction that looks to be correct at the moment is maybe Mel's Panthers by 20. Maybe Liam's Panthers by 4 first try scorer Edwards, but the Storm are going to have to wake up if they want that to happen. Browner says, hi, I'm back. Welcome back, our favourite Riley Smith. Lover into the chat, legends. Former Penrith Panther rookie, but well, he didn't play for them, but former Penrith Panther junior, by the way, legends. And Lussick, baby, with the try-time. Not as good as Riley Smith, but try-time. Legends as well. Legend. We're all legends. Nathan Cleary now from the sideline. 89% of his kicks have been on target this season. We're going to manifest it and make this not a goal. All right, together. Ooh. Thank you very much. I'm here all night. Let's go. Thank you. All right, no signatures till after the stream, though, all right? I need to focus on it. Oh, my goodness, he's missed the kick, and that is how you do a voodoo, legends. TJC says, thank you, all right? You're welcome. And it's 10-0 it remains. Don't worry. Whoever's getting the kick next, I'll give them the Voodoo 2 score. All right, it's all on 2JC there, why he missed it. Storm are going to get hammered, can only hope. Well, they'd already be 12 down if it weren't for me, so. And here's Lindsay Smith. Once again, down the left here. It's a good tackle there from the Melbourne Storm. Chan down to the right here. Thought that was Grant Anderson for a second, but he's at the Broncos, right? He's at the Broncos. It ain't bloody Grant Anderson. Now down to Moses Leota here. For a prop, by the way, people underestimate how quick Moses Leota is. He's one of the fast ones in the game, man. And you got, Lussick with the 40-20 effort, but it goes to the 10 and goes too straight there. Suafa'alongo with it. Trying to walk around them here. And the Panthers nearly force him into a 40-20. He's got to be careful there. Really slipped and slided with it. And it's a penalty. It's a penalty too. The Penrith Panthers, Isaiah Yeo, just a bit quick on his line. A bit rough, tough his guts into him. Yeah, and that's what the Panthers do. They just put constant pressure on you. They don't make too many errors. They play, and they play. They know how to win big games. And with 27 minutes still to go in the first half clock, the Melbourne Storm are going to have to look to change the momentum soon here. Over to the 40 now. Melbourne Storm feeling their head. The ref not saying anything about it. We go to the left here. Forces over to the halfway line now. Now to Harry Grant. Hughes. And Jerome Hughes breaks through the line there. It took an incredible tackle from Lussick to stop it. Munster. Over to Stefano Utuikamanu now. Stefano Utuikamanu forward here. Held back before he could crash through properly now. He's not much of a try scorer anyways. More of a meter eater. Then to Loiero here. Trent Loiero at 6 again for the Storm. This is exactly what they ordered, legends. With a side of bacon. Now to the left. That's right, they're having breakfast for dinner. The Melbourne Storm are having breakfast for dinner, baby. It's Loiero to Munster for the breakfast dinner. For the breakfast dinner, it's Hughes to Joe Chan. Joe Chan goes down. Harry Grant to Munster. Gets it off and the breakfast dinner has been served. It's a try rockabye, baby, in the carriage. Hey, riddle diddle ding 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 ding. On the right, we go ring ring. It's a try for Melbourne Storm. And it's Mania scoring the trier. The deception of Suafa Logo. Oh. Mania, legends. I did get it right. I was trying to listen to how it's pronounced. Yeah, Mania, I got it right. Oh, see, this educated brain isn't for nothing. He guesses things correct. I am just the pervert. All right, okay, I'm giving the powers to them now. The Storm are going to kick this goal. The Storm will kick this goal. All right, I'm calling it. It will happen. I can see it before you've seen it. All right, I imagine this. Storm, lightning, thunder sound, lightning, storm, very, very frightening. Nick Amini, you'll score a goal. It will be converted for the Storm. And it was going, okay, see, legends, it's not even a theory at this point. It was going out. It twirled back in around the moment that my little thing started to set in properly with its magic. All right, I'm convinced I can predict every conversion tonight. All right, I'm convinced. Okay, so I tell one's going to get it, one gets it. I tell one's going to miss it, one misses it. I'll prove it with one more after this with whoever scores next. Storm, lightning, thunder sounds. Mate, there's nothing but thunder sounds from that one. Boy, Mania. Yeah, that's probably how I guessed it. I was speaking off the Maui pronunciations because I figured that was probably what he was. Not to assume, but I just figured by the look at the name. So yeah, I'm glad that I got the Mania's name correctly. All right, because sometimes I can just barely butcher it because of not being really raised around the area. But yeah, that's awesome though. It's good. It's always good to see one of the own get it. Let's go. All right, Storm now. Just over to the right here. It's a good long kick here over the 25. It's 10-6 now. 7 out of 7 completed sets for Storm. 9 out of 9 for the Panthers at the moment here. Came from the Sharks system, I believe. The Sharks system. You're telling me Haribo was picked up by the Sharks? Actually, why does that shock me? They do have Shark players in their team. And that still shocks me for some reason. I don't know why. But that surprises me a little. He does not strike me as a Sharkies player, but I guess Riley doesn't strike everyone as a Panthers player, right? Like, it really depends. Or, you know, people forget Sivo and Wonga were Panthers players, right? Like, it just happens in rugby league sometimes. They don't strike you with something and then they turn out to be something. Lussick now to Cleary. Cleary with a big clearance in the air on the 10 here. Panthers, they do bat it back. They keep batting it back here. And Munster may have just knocked it on into Edwards. This might be a Panthers ball. No, they're going to say last tackle play of the ball. Very, very surprised. I personally... I think the Panthers hit it nothing but backwards, personally, Legends. And you know me on the channel. I think you all know this about TJC by this point. He's not the biggest Panthers fan or the Storms fan. So he's not going to defend either team unfairly, right? But I genuinely thought Panthers batted it back. And then Storm eventually knock it on after constant backwards hits from the Panthers. Ooh. Is that going against the forearm forward? Yeah, he definitely touched the right arm, but it's whether Paul Alamorti contacts that backwards or not. That's the big call, Legends. I'll be updating you right as we find out. But for now, for me, it was backwards. Unless you want to go to that one angle where it's forwards. Forward. Okay, they're going to say that it was forward. All right, then. I'm not so sure about that, but there you go. It was forward, apparently, Legends, and the Penrith Panthers will lose their challenge. I'm very surprised they went against the Panthers with that one, but we'll take it. I'll take Panthers over Bulldogs. Honestly, fair enough, Mel. I can't fault you for that one bit. I think that there's a debate to be had for either one, but absolutely, with how dogs are, I do not blame you whatsoever for that thought process. Nick Meaney fending them off here. I think Nick Meaney's who I got confused with Grant Anderson somehow. I think it's just from a distance, man. I don't know why I got that confused. But here we go. Not far away at all. Mania. Down to the middle now. Josh King with it here. King goes down now. And we have 22 minutes left on the clock here. It's third tackle. And Storm are going to be wrapped up for fourth now on exactly 22 minutes. 7 tries in his 4 games to the year for Sewer. Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes keeps going down. Probably could have found something there, but they don't. And Melbourne stormed out 6 more here. Yeo gives it away to get the defensive line set up here. And Munster rushes forward here. It's an interesting tactic that the Penrith Panthers have started doing. It's interesting how they don't try to sniff this out, but they instantly sniff out Para's way of getting past the rules. Just putting that out there. Interesting how quickly they got past Paris. But, Panthers coming off their line deliberately or messing up the play immediately to give away that 6 again to restructure their line and ultimately keep their defense solid. Like, you could say that they're impacting their team in a negative way, but I personally just feel like it's deliberate penalties. When does it become a potential professional foul? Now Storm here. Get to the middle. Last tackle here. Like, credit where it's due for getting around the rules, but you can't have it for one and not the other. Harry Grant and the Storm, they almost get the ball. Warbrick or Warbrick, as we've started to call him, thanks to our legend Mel, nearly collects that one, but the Penrith Panthers stop them. The ref's Ashley Klein's going to blow his whistle here. I think he's saying that, I think he's going to say Warbrick was stopped. I don't know if there was anything in that. I think they were both going for the ball, to be honest, Legends. Another call where I'm very surprised with what they called. Not that I can't see what they've called, but that I didn't think they would make the call, or what they did. Harry Grant now. Over to the left here, Melbourne Storm. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want your team to win. Like equals Panthers. Subscribe means Storm, the Storm win. Boom. There you go. Over to the right, Jerome Hughes. Backwards around here. Hughes again. Gets it off to Chan now. Chan goes to the line here. Come on, we want some Warbrick in the house. Warbrick in the house. Munster moves to the left here now. See a Luggy Brown! And he's going to be taken out of play. Oh, my God. He's going to be taken out of play, Legends. Oh, my God. Oh, what a sweet treat that was for the Panthers defense. And speaking of which, just shows a bit of his inexperience. A sweet treat is what Mel's getting. Back soon, Legend. I need ice cream. That's okay. Good luck. Let me know what ice cream you get, Mel. Enjoy. I want ice cream. We all scream for ice cream, legends. I'm not even a big ice cream guy, but I'll have some. I'll take some now with this game. It's given a sweet tooth. Thomas Jenkins now takes it on to the line here. Now to the right. It wouldn't be a Panthers game if Jenkins didn't score. So, ice cream Sunday. Oh, we're going into the elite types, aren't we? Enjoy the Sunday, Mel. Enjoy. We'll see you back when you're back, all right? Don't rush it, okay? That Sunday is probably one of the few things that can be higher quality than this. Talangi. Now over to McLean here. McLean dummies. Casey McLean. He keeps going. Jenkins, what did we say? It wouldn't be a Panthers game if Jenkins wasn't scoring. And Thomas Jenkins scores the try here. It is 10. It is no longer 10. It is now 14-6. And the Penrith Panthers have got it. Tommy Jenkins, the try scorer here. And we're going to do the voodoo for a third time, all right, guys? We're going to do the voodoo for a third time, okay? I need you guys to do the voodoo power with me. Otherwise, it's not going to happen, okay? If only I'm doing it, or only a couple of you are doing it, doesn't work. We need you all to be doing it with me when they take the kick. All right? Because we're going to need it. Panthers, all right? And we got a bit of a rivalry here. Okay, Panthers fans, you've got to try and do the voodoo and beat my voodoo that I'm going to do in favor of the Storm. I'm trying to stop you from scoring this field goal here, going voodoo, all right? Okay, you got to beat me. You got to put up your hands. You got to be doing your thingy against me here. Try confirm Thomas Jenkins has another on the board here. Third player ever to score 11 tries in 5 opening rounds there. Thomas Jenkins, legends. He's making a historic name for himself. And in the same year that Alex Johnston is doing what he's doing, you cannot believe it, can you? Can somebody humble the Panthers? I don't know at this point, legend, whether anybody can do that. Let's get to the kick. Come on. I don't care about Jenkins anymore, Channel 9. I want to see the kick. I want to see the kick. You grab your boot and you go boom with it. Boom. We bring the boom. That's TJC. We bring the boom. That's what we do. It was a massive moment, though. It was a massive play from the Panthers, Alamotti. Well, I'm questioning if that try hit Harry Grant's hand to be disallowed. Did it go backwards off Alamotti? Was that not a knock-on? They're going to say it's okay, but I feel like that's actually questionable. All right, voodoo time, legends. Ooh, will the Panthers fans beat me? Or am I just too good? Am I too powerful here? Nathan Cleary's going to miss this. He's going to miss it. He's going to miss it. Nathan Cleary's going to miss it. My voodoo's too strong. My voodoo's too strong. Oh, my God. I am magic. I am magic. You can't stop me. I will decide every goal and conversion tonight. The Penrith fans just simply did not out-voodoo me. They simply did not out-voodoo my kick. I will decide who's getting the 2 every single time, baby. Genius over here. Panthers win, says Vincent in the chat here. Shout out to you, Vincent. We'll take a look at that throughout the game. Good to see a new name in the chat. Wouldn't shock me if the Penrith Panthers did end up winning this, but, mate, I'm predicting every conversion, bro. Panthers here get the penalty kick now, folks. Josh King, just a bit too quick there. Penalty for them. Slow play of the ball. And now the Panthers still on their own 30 here. We go to the middle. McLean to Isaiah Papali'i here. And Isaiah Papali'i forward now. Ipat gets down to the ground on the 40. And it's Lusick over to the middle here with Lindsay Smith there. Not even the best Smith at the moment. To Yeo. Yeo here. Penrith Panthers. They heard you and they answered. 14 to 10 is going to be what the Storm want me to say soon. Leota. Now over to the 30. It's 14 to 6 at the moment. Panthers 3 tries to 1. Munster is appealing to the ref. Play on. He taps and goes. Liam Martin. Munster's not happy with the referee here. He genuinely believes, I think he wanted to challenge it. He genuinely believes that was a bad call and that Panthers lost it. The referee says it was a penalty, and then Liam Martin was allowed to play it on. I'm in shock that they allowed the play on. They never allow that. Yo, has he ever scored in 2 straight games? He tries to here. He couldn't. Harry Grant's gone out where Munster should have been and stops him. 15 minutes still in the first half. Cleary, Nathan Cleary goes alone, and Cleary scores the try. He goes through the middle and gets another try. Nathan Cleary, ladies and gentlemen, 18 to 6 now. And while he's barely gotten a kick at all tonight, he will get this one, all right? He will get this one. I'm telling you right now, Nathan Cleary is going to score this conversion from right in front. No voodoo magic can stop that. It's happening, legends, all right? Nathan Cleary scoring the kick. You can try your best with your voodoo Storm fans, but you know what? I'm not even needing to do anything with my voodoo, all right? Nothing. I don't need to do anything. Grace jumps into the chat here and says, Munster, Meaty, Toto, and Cleary, please put a try. Well, you've got one of those done, haven't you? Nathan Cleary is over. Now you just need the more likely ones of Meaty, Toto, and Munster. Go the Panthers, says Grace. Best of luck, Grace. Go the Pars. This is the best way I'll say it as a rival. Go the Panthers. Totally go the Panthers. All right, Nathan Cleary. 1 try, 2 this season. The last one was in his last game against Para. Just Cleary try. It's Cleary. It's Cleary hour every time. It's Cleary try. Cleary from in front. And he's got it. He's got the goal. I told you. Guys, I don't get field goals wrong. I don't get conversions. I don't get conversions wrong. I've called it. I've kept calling it every single time. You guys have to listen to me when I give a conversion. I'm too powerful with my prediction of it. I know exactly when they're going to get it and when they're not going to get it. You'd think it was rigged at this point, wouldn't you, with how I do things? But I'm just that good at what I do. I'm that goated. You don't compare. We're goated, to be honest. We're a pretty legendary community. To Lindsay Smith here. Smith crashes on forward now to the ground here. And it's Losick. He already got a try in this game. Gets it off to Moses Leota now. Moses Leota gets him down now. Just moving stuff around here below the screen, legends. Over from Liam Martin. There's Jack Hetherington officially on the field here. His first season for the Melbourne Storm after leaving Newcastle, legends. Moves to the left. Dylan Edwards now. It's not around the halfway. It's around 35 meters here. They take the kick now. And the Storm just about managed to get it. Sua Folongo here. Folongo crashes forward now. Many people will forget that the first 3 years of Hetherington's career were at the Panthers. 2018 to 2020. Yeah, that's right. Hetherington wasn't at the Knights as long as you thought. He had periods at not only the Warriors on loan in 2020, where the Panthers had such a good period, but also 2 years at the Dogs and 3 years at the Knights, before joining the Storm back here again. Rugby Fella says, hello, I'm here. Welcome back to the stream. Good to have you here, Rugby Fella, mate. Well, your team's not out of it, but they're not doing themselves any favours, are they, at 20 to 6? So we go to Munster now. Cameron Munster with the kick in the air here Over to the left on the turn, and Dylan Edwards, it's a bit awkward for him, but he'll just let it go out of play here and get the ball back to his team. Leo in the chat says, go the Panthers. Another Penrith supporter in the chat going for the Pars in this one here. I'm so disappointed at the moment. Well, to be fair, Legend, it's far from game over. Keep being loud. Keep being passionate. I would be doing the same. I was still this passionate when I was like this versus the Panthers when I was watching them last week. It's just how it goes in life, unfortunately, right? You wouldn't want to be conceding 2 more, though, in this half, would you, with 11 minutes on the clock at the moment? Now to the middle. Lussick to Sorensen. Goes to Cleary. To Martin here. Liam Martin nearly sets off with a pass here, but he couldn't find it. Now back through middle. Up down to Talangi here. Blaze Talangi kicks it in the air now. On the left side, plenty of chasers. Jenkins. And it's Will Warbound Brick that collects it, and down he goes. Kate Mill says, I hate the Panthers. Fair enough, Legend. Welcome to the channel. Anyways, man. Hello, I am here. Welcome, Michael, mate. I am also here on my own stream. Good to have you here, Legends, in all seriousness. Always love seeing all the familiar and new names in the chat here. Harry Grant. And the Storm haven't seen many good pieces of ball possession despite their low error rate at the moment here. Remember, Legends, as we enter the final 10 minutes of this first half, no matter what the score at halftime, TJC Sports never leaves you at halftime. I will be there for the entire break, so feel free to drop questions. Want to talk about stats, want to talk about tries, want to talk about anything rugby league at the moment, feel free to stick around and drop a comment. We read every single one. It's going to be a great time, all right, as it always is on the channel. Literally anything footy related is pretty much a go. Even if it's a little controversial, TJC will find his way around making it less controversial while still giving his real take on anything you say. You know, or even just share your opinion on either team. Penrith Panthers now on the halfway line. Yo, under pressure here. Jack Hetherington there gets him down. A bit of an enforcer he is, or also a bit of a grub, but enforcer mostly is the best word for him. As Cleary clears it in the air over to the left. Still time for Melbourne. Absolutely there is. Sialagi gets the ball here for the Storm now. You know, the Penrith Panthers, you've got to hold credit to them. Ever since 2020, you know, the game's changed a lot in that time. It's sped up a ton, and they've adapted every single time to it without fail. And Harry Grant looks where he's going to pull the service, and he gets it to Nick Meaney down the middle here. Off to the Bears next year. One of his teammates is actually going to be his opponent, Scotty Sorensen, Legends. Now over to the right, Jerome Hughes. Far-Logo here. Far-Logo might need to learn how to pass the ball sometimes. That was a good moment to pass it. And Hughes with a huge kick in the air here. And Edwards will allow it to bounce. He just knew where it was going to bounce, didn't he? And they move around. Harry Grant moves with speed and help from Manai to get him down. And Kangom in the chat says, I am watching from Papua New Guinea. Storms go for the win. We've got a lot of PNG viewers, so appreciate that, Legend. Shout out to all our PNG viewers that are currently in the stream or just watch the channel in general. We appreciate you, Legends, very much. And best of luck. I hope, honestly, I wouldn't mind it Storm one either, bro, to be honest with you. And here's a big kick from Lussick. They really want to get him that 40-20, don't they? But he just can't get it there. And Suafaloga here moves forward. The kick, not as good as the chase there. And that was a big one on the 20. Suafaloga gets wrapped up like a gift. They'll lift you up and march you back. That's the Panthers' way of doing things. Munster finds Will Warbrick here. And Will Warbrick goes down to the ground now. Heading to the Warriors next year, by the way. That's why we're calling him Warbrick. And, you know, you want to talk about somebody that's been impressive? Look at none other than number 19, or I guess he's playing number 3 position, Benaya Legends. What a player he has been today so far. And Hughes now with a huge tremendously high kick in the air here over to the 10 million. Edwards wrapped up by the legs. McLean to Jenkins. It was a real challenge here as Cleary dummies. And down goes Cleary. Fatigue into the game, going end to end now. Paul Alamotti putting his hands in here, grabbed by the ankles, and down he goes. Something should break shortly here. Whether it'll be fatigue or a big build-up for a try or something, I'm not too sure yet. But something's going to build up. I can feel it. Nathan Cleary gets it off to the left side now here. We're on 5th tackle now, legends, and they're on the halfway line. Panthers, Talangi runs it on the 5th here. Papali'i back to Talangi. Gets it over to McLean. Jenkins is running it here. He kicks Loper Edwards. Storm are going to have to force it out of play here. And that is a massive play on the 5th there from the Penrith Panthers. And the Melbourne Storm had panic stations all over the place there, didn't they? Lillian with 100 in the chat there. Credit where it's due to Lillian for a comment of support. And it was Jenkins being put down the sideline from McLean. Edwards in the chase, and Meany had to hit it out. If he doesn't hit that, Edwards is on it. It makes 10 minutes. It bounces in. Jenkins gets it and goes. Thomas Jenkins with the ball now, and down goes Jenkins. Over to the right now. Diapap. Over to Edwards. Yeo keeps going through a habit of it here. He's going into the loop-de-loop, and Isaiah Yeo will go down. On the right-hand side here, we got plenty of players setting up. It's Lussick, Edwards, To'o, and it's out of play. Tuimalatu Brown without much to worry about there. Oh, Craig Bellamy at halftime. Can we get cameras on every position of that shed? Because I think this is going to be a really interesting... Oh, no! Tuimalatu Brown got a touch on it. Panthers full set again. Oh, Tuimalatu, what are you doing? What are you doing, Tuimalatu? And here they go. P&G, 100. Good, Lillian. Yeah. All right, Sorensen just pushing him off here. Ashley Clyde just making his voice clear here. Cleary now to iPad. Papali'i here. Stops by Jack Harrington in direction down the left now. Lussick. Here's Cleary. Over to Edwards. And To'o knocks that clean. And thank goodness for Tuimalatu Brown. He gets lucky. And the Melbourne Storm will get the ball back here. And that's the first error of the night for the Penrith Panthers. And for it to come from all players, but Brian To'o is insane. Of all players, Brian To'o. Goodness me. This is a team that's just humming at the moment, isn't it? And the Penrith Panthers, they give the opposition nothing in these games, don't they? Just nothing. Nothing to work with. Goodness me. As the Storm come out back through the middle here, and down they go. Thank you so much for 5.5K, by the way, today, legends. Incredible stuff, considering we didn't get up a predictions video. When people criticize the size, I just know, you know what? We're not the smallest, but we're not the biggest thing ever. But what we are is a pretty healthy, legendary group, right? And we grow incredibly, all things considered. Trying for the 40-20 Storm. He's got the shape, but he doesn't have the movement on the ball. And Edwards gets with it here. Edwards moves forward now. And down goes Edwards in the position of this game. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock now. Panthers now over through the middle here. Thomas Jenkins' side has been the real deadly side. To'o's side hasn't even been used all that much, let's be honest. All hands on deck here as Edwards, the benchmark of the competition here, gets it off here. And now goes Edwards. Down goes Edwards. Cleary with a brilliant kick from inside his 40 there. And it goes all the way to the other side of the ground. And it had to be collected there by Farlogo, but he can't go far. Oh, that was probably a high shot there, was it not? The ref says, no, it's okay. I a bit surprised that they didn't call high shot there at all. That, for me, that went above the neck, but we carry on here. Unfortunate for Melbourne Storm. Gets to Henry. Can we watch it again? Yeah, he's definitely got his arm up high near his head. Surprised. Monster. Alec McDonald is on the field now, legends. Alec McDonald fending them off here. Down goes McDonald's. Dominance in the ruck at the moment. Very awkward from the Storm. What they won't be liking at the moment, or Bellamy won't be liking at the moment, is the amount of disorganisation from it. So Falago, oh, look out. With a bit of individual brilliance, it messes up for him. Edwards gets to keep going. To IPAP he goes. He passes back. He'll want to keep it alive here. To Lussick, to Cleary, to Garner. Wanted to throw a big one here, but couldn't justify it there, and down it goes. A minute till the break here. Garner playing here. Almost CEO here. Yeo goes down now. A minute left, legends. Stopped by Heverington on second tackle. Alamotti now to the third. Will we get a try in the final 50 seconds, legends? Drop your thoughts. Cleary to Tulungi. Gets it off to Casey McLean. Onto the 20. Grabbed. He's going to fend the ball off and go. He's pants a little bit. He's got the try. He doesn't even care. And that's what I call a bare try down the rear. And the claws are out right before the halftime siren. The Panthers have got one. McLean has scored it. He's only 19. And have a look at how he plays. Nothing doing it for the Storm here at the moment. 24-6. You just know that Bellamy's furious. And what the Storm will be desperate for is for a better second half. Penrith, Panthers. They were more concerned about exposing him than stopping him. Much better, says Mel. Much better. That's good to hear. Welcome to all our new legends, by the way. We've got a ton of new legends. It's good to see. The more legends, the better, right? That's how we do it on these streams, right? We're not really particular like that. We're always very welcoming of different people. And try confirms Casey McLean. Well, as good as the try was, he probably won't want that on too many career highlight reels just because of the exposure. You know, unless he really thinks that any, exposure is good exposure. All right, boldest call. He's missed 2 from the sideline. They're both from this side. He's going to score this one. I'm getting a feeling. Legends, you've got to outdo my feelings here. I think he's going to score it. I've got the voodoo on it. If my voodoo gets beaten here, I'll be surprised, but ooh. My voodoo was unstoppable. He scored it. He scored it! My voodoo is actually unstoppable! Oh my God! Oh my God, where's my prize? Where's my medal? I deserve it. I do not believe it. I have not been wrong. I am a genius. I think I am magic. Why am I streaming? Why am I streaming when I can be the real Harry Potter? I've got a cupboard near the stairs. It's not quite under the, well, it is kind of under the stairs. Am I? I think I might be the real Harry Potter legends. I just need a scar of some sort. Oh my God. And the Penrith Panthers have backed another. It's time for the TJC Sports halftime show, hosted by the boy who predicted. Da 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 da. Absolutely legendary stuff. Thank you. Let's go. Just a jinxie genius. Exactly. I could not have predicted any, ever since we started that thing. I have not predicted one wrong. I am unbeatable. I think people should just start asking me if goals are going to happen, because I think I just know if they're going to go or not. That's right. Panthers are full of Kiwi stars. Just saying. Hey, I mean, Yeah, but they're not playing for the Wars yet. Warbrick will be, but he's Storm, so he doesn't count. Goodness me. Tottenham Rangers says in the chat, is Freddie Lussick Joey's brother? Yeah, legend. Joey Lussick has multiple brothers, actually. Mate. Joey Lussick isn't even the main Lussick. The main Lussick was Darcy Lussick. You know, but yeah, no, he's got two brothers. Yeah, Freddie's one of them, yes. But the first one and the oldest one was Darcy Lussick, who is probably just a bit more, yeah, but he played all the way up to 2021. And he was in the NRL till 2018, the year that Para got the spoon. He wasn't a good last year for Manly. I think they finished like second last. Yeah, but he played for Para and Manly throughout his career. 36 years old from New South Wales, just like his brothers. Freddie Lussick, on the other hand, was Freddie Lussick on the other hand. Our boy Freddie Lussick, obviously has played 2 games for the Panthers so far, played 39 for New Zealand, played 2 for St. George, played 9% for the Sydney. Yeah, he played for Para and Manly legend, Darcy Lussick. He was, I wasn't a fan of him, but he was a prop, mate, and he played over 169 career games. And in terms of NRL games, let's do the math here because it's not giving me the exact stats on it, okay? But if we go with his NRL games, okay, he played 43, he played 33, he played 53, and he played 32. All right, so he played a total of 161 games within the NRL. That's wild. I don't remember it all. Yeah, man, but it's there. It's real. You can look it up. Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't feel too bad about that. I'm sure that there's people that would like to forget about him. But yeah, he's one of the 3 brothers. He's the oldest. Joey was the middle, and I'm pretty sure Freddie was the youngest. Though I could be going crazy there. I'm pretty sure that's the case. And yeah, well, Freddie's the Lussick you're going to be hearing about for the next few years as we enter halftime, legends. This is the random stuff that we talk about when it's halftime, isn't it? The Lussick stuff and things. See, legends, it doesn't even have to be fully focused on the game. It can be something very obscurely related to the game when we talk about it. Freddie might be the best he could be, man. Joey was all right, but, I don't think he ever hit his best straps for Joey was not good in the NRL, really. Let's be honest. He had a good year or 2, but ultimately his best years were in Super League. All right, because Super League benefited what Joey was best at, which was running into the line. That was one of Joey's best things. He had the Brandon Smith of him. That's how he did things. Charlie Hamilton, what's he doing here? He said he'd be too stressed. What's with the eye emojis? He's taunting me. What's he doing here, bruh? He's infiltrated the stream out of nowhere. Help, he's stalking me. Charlie Hamilton, legends, enters the chat here now. Just checking something out, legends. 1 second. Para's re-signed Charlie Guymer recently. That's an exciting thing for Para. No, not really, man. Chris, I've heard of him, but he was a bit before I really got into Para. Look, I will be straight up about this. I am honest about the fact that since birth in 2005, I have said I'm a Para fan when asked about NRL, but I've never truly, I never truly fell in love with the game till roughly 2016, 2015. That's when I truly fell in love with the game, where I was doing everything to watch and support it. Okay, and I'm straight up about that. But I have always been a Para fan. You know what I mean? The level of love I have now has kind of come from watching those games in 2016 to 17 and kind of growing from there. But, it is a little bit before my time because he was 7 to 10 for Para legend, but I do know him, It's I've got a lot of knowledge of the players, even if I didn't get to watch them all in my best, No, you're a legend, mate. Appreciate it, Tottenham Ranger. You're a legend too, man. All right, we're all legends in this chat, right? As long as you're not an absolute muppet to people, like I feel like you can very easily fall into the legend category. It's not that tough. All right, you just gotta put in the work to support, or at least be loyal. Like that's all it is. Kristen and it was our peak. Oh yeah, mate. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The good old 09 Haiti, bruh. But I think we could scrape the win, says Charlie Hamilton. Are you a Panther fan or a Storm fan when you say if we could scrape the win? Because that's a big thing, in this game to call, Legend. If you're a Storm fan, I'm wishing you luck because being 20 points down versus the Panthers at halftime is tough for any team to come back from. I know. I would know. It's not impossible, but it's not very likely when they're not at Amy Park either. But it's not impossible. Yeah, you go for Panthers. That makes more sense. I don't think you're just going to squeeze it, Legend. I think you're going to smash it. Let's be honest here. I think that the Penrith Panthers are having a field day over Storm at the moment. They've just they've let the Storm get it at points. But to be fair, isn't it crazy that the Storm have had, heading into the first 20 minutes of this game, the Storm had pretty much perfect, no errors in their play, but they were still down by 18 points. Like, does that not show you the level of quality the Penrith Panthers are playing at? That the Melbourne Storm can play a near perfect game and they still could not hold them away. Goodness me, Legends. If we lose, we back at home against the Warriors. Yeah, and you've got a good record against Warriors, so you'll probably go hard on them. You don't want to lose 4 in a row. Charlie Hamilton says, no, you watch the little bold ref will do stuff second half to get them into it. Honestly, I welcome it, man, as a neutral, but okay, that's a fair enough call. I didn't even, you know what? That's a factor that I did not take into account that I should have. Ashley Clyde. The Clyde effect is real. But also, I want to put into perspective that Ashley Clyde is bold. Dylan Edwards is bold. All right. They have to look out for each other. They're part of the same club. Like a clubhouse, you got your tree house. No such and such is allowed. No non-bold people allowed. Clyde and Edwards would be very close, as all bold people are. And I'm sure that he won't want them to lose. But that's just my thoughts. Your thoughts on Junior? I think he needs to leave ASAP. Look, what I do know is that Junior's had an amazing peak for the club. He's got a great legacy overall for us. I agree his performances aren't up to par at the moment, especially not for the money he's on, but he is Parramatta, and that's something where we've been really fighting to keep it, that Parramatta side to us. I want to win too as much as the next person, and I do hope that we can pick up a forward eventually that's actually solid and not a Jack DeBell. He could be good. He could still be good. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, I'm citing that I'd actually be fighting for. Like, that we'd be beating people for and would be a statement. I guess that's how I'd put it. For a statement, Legends, right? I wouldn't say that Junior's the first name on the list for me to get rid of, but I feel like if he, assuming that, I've heard that he might retire in the next year or two, but if he doesn't retire, I mean, maybe, but for me personally, I think he's way more likely to just retire than leave us for someone else, in my opinion. The only way I could see it happening is if he decides he wants to play for 3 more years suddenly, changing his opinions at the moment. Decides he wants to play for 3 or 4 more years, and then, which I highly doubt with the way the game's going for him. But if he decides to do that, maybe, and if he wants the same money that he's on now for that too, I wouldn't be necessarily shocked if he went to another Western team, but I think it would have to be a Western team if he left. I don't think it will happen. No, Legend. I don't think it'll happen. Somebody's just put it there. He's kind of like the Para-Gerbo when it comes to his iconicness within the team. I personally like Gerbo. Yeah, in the community. I like Gerbo more, to be honest. But it's hard to compare to the nicest man in rugby league or one of them, right? It's kind of tough there. In fact, that's the only Manly player I say I'll prefer. Well, I've gone so far. Next spell. Personally, for me, was Simo. I personally disagree on the Dylan Brown thing, legend. For me, Dylan Brown embodied Parramatta, and it's still a tragic thing that he's gone. And we're very clearly missing him on the field. But also, yeah, no, I completely agree with you on Simo and Guffo. They were the right moves for the club moving forward. And it's worked out better for everyone involved. Simo's much happier where he is now, and yeah, that's an agree to disagree, though. For me, I loved Dylan Brown. Not only was he one of the nicest blokes I'd ever met, but he was also, he embodied the club. He had the passion. We've missed his defense heavily this year. Jonah Peasant is nowhere near what Dylan Brown was for the team. Nowhere near. Lorenzo has the potential to be as good. All right, Lorenzo has the potential in our junior system, but Jonah's just not Dylan right now. And Dylan's showing that for Newcastle, or was for the first few games before he got injured. I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where you either rate the player or you don't rate him. I guess, yes, he wasn't the same as some players, but for me, he was, while he went missing, he very rarely felt like the main reason we conceded a try. I felt that problem with Jonah, and this is constructive on Jonah because I want Jonah to improve, but it's true. Mate, I don't think Jonah's performed well enough, mate, overall. I don't think either of our halves have performed to their levels, but I'm not here to have a debate about that, honestly, legend. That ultimately, these are just opinions, all right? We are not the coach. We are just different fans voicing our thoughts on something, right? For me, I prefer Dylan Brown to Jonah, but also some people prefer Jonah to Dylan. For me, I'm personally happy with the deal we have where Jonah's here for a year and then we move on to Lorenzo. But I also understand that, yes, Jonah is the future. I just personally preferred what Dylan provided to the club for now. Moses is absolutely our best player, but he has not had the best performances to open up the year, and he needs to improve on that considering he's $1 million player. He's worth every penny when he's at his best, but he does need to improve on it. Absolutely. He is worth every penny and the best when he's at his best. He is our best player, hands down, no doubt about that. Anyways, legends, big round of footy for the second half, nearly underway here in this one between the two teams, the Melbourne Storm and the Penrith Panthers at CommBank Stadium. Let's get it rocking and rolling here. The Panthers collecting the ball and into the line they slide here. Surging back in this one. And thank God you have to listen to me, because that means you don't have to listen to Matthew Thompson like I do. And Andrew Johns. Oh, great. I've got a great deal. Lussick to Yeo. Moves over through the middle here. Fighting hard opening up here, Melbourne. Big pass defense. And now we've got our boy Isaiah Papali'i with it here. Papali'i into the line now. Gets near the halfway line here. Dylan Edwards now crashing forward. Edwards caught out on halfway, opening up our second half here. Once again, they just force it. Panthers over to the right side here for Longo there. And so quick on the tackle. They just get by them so fast. And Melbourne Storm, I don't even want to imagine the spew they got at halftime. I don't even want to imagine. All right, it was nearly 30. It's 26, legends, you know. Like, Bellamy's viewing it as if they've conceded 50. That's how Bellamy's viewing this right now, guys. And he would not have got easy on them in this. Harry Grant now to feed in. On fourth tackle here. Down the middle. Gets it to Wishart. Wishart. Held by Sorensen. Yeo. And Hughes now to clear it in the air again here. Respect to Jerome Hughes, you know. There was a lot of talk about fudging it a little because he was only a few days off from being eligible for Origin. But Hughes stepped in on podcast and said it wouldn't be fair because he's not eligible technically. and that he doesn't. He ultimately, at the end of the day, has spent enough of his career in Melbourne where he doesn't see himself as enough of a Queenslander to do it. Like, he's obviously supports Queensland in Origin, but like, he doesn't feel like he could do the jersey justice other halves could. So credit where it's due to Hughes for that. To'o now. Down the right here. 20-point buffers as Mel. Oh, Mel, you're looking like a genius, aren't you? You said a 20-point lead. It's 26-6. You're a genius, Mel. Isaiah Papali'i here. Are you sure you didn't get a new genius brain from, like, hand down from Einstein or something? Handed around the back now. Sorensen to Cleary. Cleary finds Edwards. Edwards with the clearance in the air here. Can Melbourne come back? Well, I don't know anymore. To'o catches it, and it's 30 for Panthers. I don't think they can personally, but I'd love to see it. The crowd can't believe it. They've been spoiled for choice with this game. 30-6. You get a try. No, you get a try, and you'll get a try. Who wants to try next? I can just see in the back Sorensen going, I do. I want to try. Penrith, Panthers, and To'o points to the sky. It's no Mary Fowler, Alfie Langer kick try, but it is a certainly special try. I'm just realizing that I typed 40 instead of 30. Don't worry, Storm fans. It's not that bad yet. It's not 40. Though you got to watch yourself because it could be. Brian To'o taps to his wrists, points to the sky, his pulse to the heavens. I know that's probably not it. Maybe he's saying, I'm going to go soon. I don't know. I've never asked him. Somebody ask him.
Oh my God.
Isaiah and Marty had to stay. I do agree with that, Legend. At the time, they really were players we should have kept, and we probably would have kept under a Riles regime, Marty and Isaiah. But ultimately, it wasn't meant to be. History happens for a reason, and we got Riley Smith, so I don't really care. All right, one thing I'll never deal with is Riley slander. We would never have gotten Riley, and I love Riley. Spot on there, Cleary. I was totally going to say that he was going to score that, so I count that as a correct prediction. I don't care. Thank you, Legends. I count that as a predict. I was going to say he was going to score, God damn it. I swear. That I am. They gave me a new brain and spine. Oh, my God. What was it? Was it one of those deals where it's like, get one spine, get another body part free? Or, get one internal part, get another bodily organ free. Is that really what happened? And they went, here you go, slop it right in there. And not to be denied, Brian To'o here, 32-6, Legends. I can't believe that. Storm and Panthers, Legends, 32-6. Background middle. Riley is solid. I like him too. Glad we can agree on that. He's also one of the greatest people in our game when it comes to people. His family's some of the best. But moving on. Yeah, what a solid player he is. And I agree with you that I would have preferred him and Reid. Maybe Reid was a must keep, but also we wouldn't have had him if it weren't for losing Reid. So I feel like some things happen for a reason as much as it sucks. That may have been one of them, but we'll move on from it. And I know we always say give it time, but genuinely give it time. You never... Panthers kick the ball here. The team's not as useless as people think, is what I'm trying to say. It's just, we've also played some very good teams, all right? Or something like that. I did have the best spinal surgeon in Belgium. In Belgium! Oh my God. Oh my God. Are they, they're just, oh wow. Can you believe it? They're probably the same spinal surgeon that does the football players. Probably worked on Eden Hazard. Round to the middle here. Trent Loiero now. Loiero goes down. Pretty sure we lose to Tigers every Easter. Hey, you can hope not, man. I'm going to be I'm back in Para all the way. It is a must-win. We'll see how it goes. If Tigers are the better team on form, and we are down a lot of players, but I hope. Storm. Harry Grant to Hughes. They're the better team on form, by the way, is what I said. Yeah, Iogi's out. Jermaine's obviously out because whole season. Samrati's out. Dury's out. Somebody else is out too. Puts it in behind Melbourne here and almost bags the try there. Couldn't quite do it. I know, Iogi, what a player he is. Worth every penny to get him into the team, right? People questioning why we picked him over Guffo. I think he's proven why. What a player. More on topic with Panthers versus Storm, though. Penrith Panthers into the line now. Here they go. Ends up with Alamotti now. And Paul Alamotti goes down to the ground here. Paul Alamotti with the tackle on it here. And I'd like to see the replay of that one there as Cleary clears it in the air over to the right here. Oh, they're not really big players, Legend, but they're certainly weaker links. They're weaker links to lose. You know, they're not they're part of the first team for the most part. No Iogi, no Will Pedicini. Iogi, Pedicini, you know, Jermaine, Dury. There's others too that I'm just spacing out on because of my brain. I won't be really getting into players going, Legend, and coming, but like, because I'm focused on Penrith Storm, but like, no doubt there'll be shifts throughout the years to come. No doubt. You can have DWZ. Oh, sure. Take him. We'll take him for a year off your hands as a backup. How about that? All right. He can't be that bad. Can't be that bad. Hope Panthers get 70. I'm not bitter. Oh, you're not bitter at all, Mel. You're Mel. You're as elegant as it gets. Held by Yo here. Round to the right here. Hughes. Sua for Longo here for the Melbourne Storm now. And now for Longo, they go down. Just tackled on the line by Papali'i. Now on the 10, Jerome Hughes. Goes off to Loiero. Hughes again. And all that ball just landing on the 10 now. Nothing they can do. Fourth tackle here. Storm now. Over to the left. It's almost tempting to just hand the trophy to Panthers. Unless Storm can do something here. Harry Grant. Couple meters off the line now. And Harry Grant. Oh, no. It's a roll-in. It's a bad play of the ball. And the Penrith Panthers are going to get the ball back here. Good evening, says MP Madsen. Hey, good evening, MVP. Welcome to the stream, mate. Good evening to you, my boy. Puts it on the front foot there. And, oh, that was a tough one on them, but they've lost their challenge from earlier. And the Melbourne Storm now on the defense again. Can't believe I haven't gotten one wrong yet. Can't believe I haven't gotten a conversion wrong. Sorry I missed your earlier stream. That's okay, Madsen. There's so many options on the channel that I appreciate the fact that you showed up. All right, anyways, at some point. So that's all good, man. If you're new to the stream, Legends, consider hitting that sub button, by the way. We've already achieved 5.5K, but it would be amazing to see how many we can get by the end of this round. Henry gets over to the 20 now. Finds the pass off here. Cogger with it. Jack Cogger, an underrated utility. The impact he had for the Panthers in their grand final win over the Broncos in 23, I believe it was, is completely understated sometimes. He is one of the key reasons Cleary was given the open space to have the big moment he did versus the Bronx in that one. Oh, big kick here from the Panthers, and look at that. Any streams tomorrow, Legend? Absolutely. We'll be doing at least one, but we will hope to be doing two tomorrow, Mel. TJC just had a bit of a... Let's just say some people weren't being very fair not in a me not being an adult way, just in a abusive kind of way, and I had to... I had to deal with some mental things about it yesterday, but I'm good now. And we'll be hopefully mentally sound for tomorrow too and all that, Legend. All right, I don't tend to play that card often. Sorry, Mr. Stream. What does the attendance reverse rabbits do? I don't remember the attendance legend. I deeply apologize for that. Back round to the left here. Penrith Panthers almost crash on through. Nearly to the 40 here. Down they go here. They keep pushing with it. Already subbed, mate. If I see you. Appreciate that you're already subbed, mate. Let's go, bro. If you see me come back, you'll give me a shout. That's awesome, man. All right. I always welcome people saying hello to me, because at the end of the day, we're all just one big fan base, right? We want the same thing, the club to do well. Always love hearing people chat, and say hi. It also gives me an idea of like how incredible this audience is, that it is real people. We're all, Panthers with a big kick in the air. Nearly to the 10. Sorensen chases it, and Pologo takes the catch. The Storm thought it may have been before he hit the ground, but it's fine here. And now Brown forward. South Dude says he's so happy, South Squad. Also, it's my birthday on Monday. It's your birthday on Monday. Awesome, South Dude, mate. Early happy birthday, legend. I probably won't be able to wish you a happy birthday due to my being at the game. Maybe I'll give a quick shout on my way to the game for your birthday, but can't do it on stream, unfortunately, because of Monday, but can hope. Moves back to the left. It's a long high kick here, nearly to the 20. So close. Took a sharp bounce. He was banking on a 40-20, and he nearly got it. But unfortunately, I didn't put my voodoo in, and it didn't end up happening. All good, legend. You can reach out to me anytime. I have to get up early, so I better go to sleep late here. We'll catch up tomorrow. All good, Mel. See you tomorrow. I know that. But it really is... I appreciate it, all right? I do appreciate it, and I know that. Say thank you to one of our best mods legends in the chat, Mel. Wish her a good night. She's off to sleep now. Let's go. And I don't blame her because this game is pretty much... It feels pretty obvious how it's going to end. Cleary now. 6 again for the Panthers. They just keep on hitting them, don't they? Where it hurts. They just keep hitting them where it hurts. Dinking and weaving here. They get over to the 40 now. Yo. Down the left. Nearly gets to the 30 here before being held back here. But early happy birthday anyway, South Dude, by the way. Away to Phillips. Cleary has to kick it in the air here. Sua Fologo here. And Fologo, it's by the legs. They're trying to force him to fall over and drop it. Only 49,000 attended the Rabbitohs vs Bulldogs, and big drop-off from last year. Do you think that's got anything to do with the fact that there's a lot of drivers and the big fuel rises and things potentially being a factor? People aren't doing crazy things as much, and maybe there wasn't as many free tickets sold. I don't know, but there could be a few factors as to why it dropped off a little. Go to the left. The Panthers, man, you just got to appreciate the way they've changed and evolved, man. The way the game's officiated keeps changing, and they just keep on going. They've had a few favors, but that doesn't change the fact that it's still incredible. And Jenkins to the 10-meter line now. World TV channel. Shout out to you, John, mate. Welcome to the stream, bro. Live stream reaction. One of the best. 6 tries to 1 at the moment here. The Panthers have conceded 7 tries all season. And can you guess which majority of them came from? Can you guess who scored the majority of the tries against the Panthers? They've conceded 7 tries this season. 4 of them were from Para. Over half their tries they've conceded this season are from Para. It's not all doom and gloom. If you ask me if you are truly a supporter and a diehard, you wouldn't let... I agree with you 100%, Madston. I'm the same, man. I'm the same. I wouldn't let it stop me from turning up if I could, Absolutely not. But maybe there's some people that just couldn't afford it. I know that's hard to believe, but people like that do exist where they just can't afford it. I agree with you, though, that they should... That if you're a true diehard fan, you'll pay the money and you'll go... to show that support. But different fans have different views, but 100% I agree with you that in general, if you can afford it and you have the easy means to go with no stress whatsoever, you should find a way around it to go. Or even if it's just minor stresses, you should find the way to go around if you're passionate to the way that a die-harder is. I like McDonald now. Over to the 40 now. Wearing 12, started from the bench though. Munster over to Hughes here. Jerome Hughes into the line now, and down goes Hughes. Halfway. And this is not a great scoreline in Melbourne Storm terms or any team's terms. 32-6. Fourth tackle now. Fifth coming up here. Munster pushes himself kind of more back than he needed to. Hughes. Clearance in the air to the right here. Storm want to finish big. It bounces. And it just goes out of play. A bit of anti-climax there from the Melbourne Storm. Penrith Panthers get it again. And they haven't been given anything in this game when it comes from the Panthers. The Panthers have given them nothing to work with at the moment. Cleary. Down to the right here. And as it stands, legends, I've got 2 out of 3 games correct. I did not get Dolphins versus Manly correct, but I think a lot of people didn't get that correct. If you're the odd person that got that correct, good on you, but I don't think it's shocking that that if you didn't get that one correct. Try to break their rhythm here. Isaiah Yeo to Cleary. Finds Garner. You just can't break them. They break you in half, the Panthers, don't they? They just, you think you can stop me, I'll stop you. Cleary. Steps through here, Nathan Cleary. Keeps going. Bats it back, flicks it. And the referee's going to step in here. It's going to be a penalty, a shoulder charge on Nathan Cleary as he goes through here. That's a big call in this game. I'm sure the Panthers would have rather just keep the momentum, but they'll take it. Let's watch it. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know about shoulder charge, but, you know. I don't know about shoulder charge in this one, legends, to be honest, but Panthers have the ball. I do think that the Panthers probably deserve to still have the ball, but full set now. Through the middle here, the Penrith Panthers. They make it look easier than it is. This is against the Melbourne Storm, legends. Over to the left here. Yeo. Over to our boy Lindsay Smith down the middle here. Lindsay Smith kept away. Penrith Panthers just keep going them. I hope Panthers can put 50 on Storm. I would love that personally, legend. Brian Toto. Stepping around here. He keeps going. They can't stop him. Brian Toto. Held back before he could get through. Jack Cogger. Every Panther up on their seat here. Yeo digs in. Cleary, McLean, and that is a huge piece of defense there from the Melbourne Storm. They've wrapped him up neatly. From Jerome Hughes here. Fourth tackle now. Isaiah Papali'i just takes the tackle on the fifth now. Last tackle. Cleary station right. He looks up. Sorensen flick pass. Garner. He's going to go alone and score. And Luke Garner, the former West Tigers star, Panthers bench marker, slots on through for another try for the Panthers. 36 points on the board now, legends. And there is time for 50. There is absolutely time for 50 in this game, legends. Absolutely there is time. And would Bellamy not absolutely lose it? And I've just got to say, what would the odds have been for the chance that maybe Storm would be the next team to concede 50? Because I don't think it would be that high. By the way, Melbourne are yet to score as many points. They're still 3 tries off matching what Para did against the Panthers. And we're going to talk about how poor Para apparently did against Pars. And there you go, Garner. Absolutely brilliant from Luke there. And so Luke Garner, averaging 48 minutes a game in 2026, slightly over half of it, he's on the field. Well, he just does his job, doesn't he, when he's on the field? 83 votes on the poll here. And I honestly think at this point the poll's almost redundant, isn't it? 67% of you going with the Panthers, 28% Storm. I feel like at that point that's just blind optimism and just people who really wanted Storm to do it. But that's right in front, by the way, and I'm calling it now. Voodoo, Panthers will score the goal because I'm a genius. He's not going to miss this one from right there. All right, I can see it in his eyes. He's not going to miss this. You know what I'm saying? He sees it. He envisions that goal, and he's got it. Penrith Panthers with another here. It is 38-6 now. 32 points, the difference between these two teams here. And it's probably only going to get worse. Goodness me. This game, man, this game has been insane. And you know what? Considering I've had to watch 2 Channel 9 games, I'm in a pretty good mood. All right, Penrith Panthers back on the attack here. Melbourne Storm kick us off again. And Storm are just looking to desperately avoid 50, I say, at this point. You know, 38 points. Once it hits 40, that's where the danger starts. We've got 19 minutes still on the clock here for the Panthers. We're about to see the Storm lose 3 in a row, legends, and it doesn't even shock me somehow. Oh no, it's not that I don't like Fox League, legend. I like Kayo, Foxtel. Channel 9 I just don't think is as good as Fox League or Kayo personally. Moves over to Sorensen here. Over to Cleary. Cleary keeps going. Nathan Cleary goes down to the ground. The reason I don't watch KO or Fox League is because it's delayed to Channel 9, and I get a ton of comments saying I'm behind when I watch on KO or Fox League. Almost around here, and back it goes. Limping badly up near the halfway here. Now to the right. Sealingi here, and it looks like Harry Grant might have an injury, legends. He's trying to walk it off, though. Grant's limping. Danger here. All good, George Alarm. Good to have you on the stream, mate. Hope you're enjoying the game. Yeah, he's probably going to have to go off. Watching it, Harry Grant goes into the tackle. Well, there's nothing really wrong. Oh, his leg got twisted. Oh! Leg twisted up underneath the play there. Unlucky stuff. You can't predict something like that from Harry Grant. Unfortunate for him. I don't like the in-game commentary. That's the same with me, legend. I don't like the in-game commentary, which is why I'm not big with it. Because the in-game commentary is the main thing I watch. I watch the other stuff, but I don't have the time as much to watch that as I used to because of all the streaming and things. I got State of Origin 2001 highlights DVD for you because you're a Queensland supporter. I appreciate it, George. Watch it, mate. I hope you enjoy. Astronaut says, Ref 13 plus. Just changed my name because I'm done supporting a particular team. Okay, Astronaut, bruh. All good, man. Ref 13 plus for the win, bruh. You know what? If you vote draw, it automatically counts as a vote for the ref. I'm calling it now just for you. Background here. Almost with the offload. Paul Alamotti, the Panthers, they keep going. He's going for himself here, and the Storm have to hit it out of play. They just are putting pressure after pressure after pressure on them here. Melbourne Storm and Penrith Panthers. You got to do a quick play of the ball. You got to do a quick situation. Put them in the stitch. Put them in the ditch, and he's got it. And now Suafa'alogo here to take the goal line dropout. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Queensland supporter, legend, mate. Absolutely, I'm a Queensland fan. I think because I support Para, I'm a New South Welshman. Honestly, you'd be surprised how many people think that. But there's actually a lot of Para fans that aren't from New South Wales. But, you know. Right underneath the black dot here. We go to the right. Cleary over to Garner. Garner with it now. Luke Garner into the line. Down he goes here. Cleary. Leota. Leota fends them off here. Guess who TJC and my Sunday tip Knights 1 to 12. 1 to 12 Knights? Not even shocked by that, man. Not even shocked by that. I think I tipped the Knights too. Back for... Oh! Papali'i loses a prime opportunity to put more points on the board. They would have made it 40. They would have made it 40 there, Legends, with 15 to go. If you weren't a Paris supporter, you'd be dead to me. Fair enough, Legend. Fair enough, right? State versus state, mate versus mate. It's all good. That's fine with me, bro. I understand completely. You know who's dead to me? Anybody that jumps from origin teams, depending on who's winning. Now, those people are the real ones that frustrate me. Don't like those people one bit. Those guys really infuriate me as just a rugby league fan in general, because like it goes into that whole jumping for glory. Storm now on the 20 here. Move through the middle. And they keep shoving forward here. And the Melbourne Storm, oh my God, the hallelujah for themselves. They've got themselves a penalty here, Legends. Melbourne Storm, keep on pushing. 14 on the clock now. Credit where it's due. They haven't given up. I'm kind of impressed. Munster here. And Isaiah's staying on the ground now, Papali'i. So many players in this game being left on the ground at the moment. It's just fast moving in and around here. On this exact field on Monday, Para will face the Tigers. That's going to be a big game. A classic Easter clash, that one. Nobody has topped your $400 donation, Legends. Nobody has. Su'a down the right. Su'a scores for the Melbourne Storm, Legends. And there we go. Su'a there. By the way, you should speak to YouTube if you never received that, because I never got it because I lost my monetization, Legend. You probably want to speak to YouTube on the fact that if they didn't give you your money back, because I never got it. Su'a though, Legends, with a crashing try on the right there. And that's a great moment for my super coach there. Let's go, because I know you all care about my super coach. Mwah. Wait, no, it's not 40-6. Why the heck did I change theirs? Why did I change this? It's 38-10. It's 38-10. Panthers, you're not that lucky. You're not that lucky, Pars. Nah, not happening. Melbourne Storm. Su'a And has he even not scored a try? Has he even not scored a try in these games, Legends? Over the right. He just keeps scoring. He can't not score. Will you stream Sunday game? Yes, I'll stream Saturday and Sunday, but I won't be streaming Monday because, of course, I'm vlogging. He won't get that. And, yeah, I'm correct. He hits the post. Genius. I'm just too smart for you guys. I'm just too smart. Too smart, bros. Wah. Da. I honestly just enjoying the game at this point, right? We know what the result's likely, so let's just enjoy it. Let's vibe with it, eh? The Melbourne Storm and the Penrith Panthers, Legends, only over slightly 100 away from 1,000 views on the stream. Consider sharing around, folks. Harrogate looks fine on the side. Just probably gonna stay away for a moment here. It's a positive sign that he's not in the dressing room yet. Knee on that right knee, and it's just unfortunate for Harry Grant there. And now, after a try from Su'a for Longo here, really tough night here for the Melbourne Storm, especially by their standards. Stefano Utuekamanu. Background here, and Cleary with help from Lindsay Smith will get them back now. Background left here. It's the late changer there, the number 17, even though he started for them. Number 17 for the Melbourne Storm, Cooper Clark. Josh King backwards. The ref tells him to go back here for a play on the ball. Background middle. Hughes steps by one, steps by two. He's rolling the dice. Rolling the dice. Whoosh. And a clearance from Melbourne here over to the right now. And on the 20, Dylan Edwards gets the ball here. Edwards now moving forward. Down goes Edwards. I'd like to read more on this. As we go to the left here, Thomas Jenkins, folks. Thomas Jenkins with the ball. Jenkins on the ground now. Old man Jenkins becomes young try scoring Jenkins. Held Casey McLean. They held him a lot longer than he said held. Edwards to Cleary to Liam Martin now out the back here. Liam Martin on the 20. No fear there. Runs into the line here. And it's Cleary with it. Edwards. Very awkward now. To Lungy. To Cleary. McLean. Oops. And hit into the boot of Cleary there. Bad communication. And Warbrick almost through the line there, but Warbrick couldn't find it. Disgraceful stuff is what stops him. And Suafalogo takes them on again here into the 30. And he was in it. He was out of it. And then he was in it again here. Suafalogo. Now Stefano. Hits it just towards Cogger. Before the big boppers come in here, it's Grant Munster. Looks to play to wish up. Back out. Tucked into the Westpac red zone here. Finds it to the right now. As a loyal Storm supporter, I will stay. Well, I don't know if losing 3 games in a row, Legend, equals, oh, I am a diehard loyal fan to the degree of some teams. But credit to you for sticking around. I'm sure not every Storm fan would. Yeah, it says a lot about the privilege of the Storm as a team that losing 3 in a row is like the bottom barrel for them. I bet Lastman's call Warbrick. Oh, absolutely. That's his name. That's his name as soon as he joins the Warriors. He's Will Warbrick from the moment he steps onto the soil of New Zealand. And Brian Toto, he did get them out of the goal line there, but it's going to be a scrum here. Panthers over to the right. Cleary to Dylan Edwards now. And Dylan Edwards just into the line on the 10. He goes down. Cleary. Paul Alamonte. No, it's actually going to be Brian Toto now into the line. And Toto goes down here. What a play. Toto is always a meter eater. So we've got a Moses Leota. Hands out, pushes them back here. For you guys wondering what are the streams tomorrow, it's Dragons vs. Cowboys and Titans vs. Broncos. Stay tuned for those. Live and reacted to on TJC Sports. Both are exclusive to streaming as well, so if you don't want to pay that money, just listen to me yap a little about the games. Cleary. Over to the far right here. Brian Toto. They keep going. Oh, Cleary gets it to Edwards to guarantee the try here. And the Panthers get another. It's 40 on the board. They've got 8 minutes to make it all the difference here. They really want to put it all on them, don't they? It's 42, Legends. It's 42. And it could just be a mere 6 points from 50 in a second here if they get the kick. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not even going to do the voodoo here because I don't want to stand in the way, Legends. That's right, TJC for this one moment is choosing not to do the voodoo. And the reason he's choosing not to do the voodoo, which will confirm whether it happens or not, is because he does not, he does not want to decide whether they hit a fitty bomb or not, all right? Because a fitty bomb is very welcome, all right? Very, very welcome, but it also just makes me go hand Penrith the trophy. Goodness me here, Legends. Penrith Panthers, oh, they're just destroying them. I think we might win this one now. Might. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if you concede 50. You don't want to play Melbourne when they get smashed and after 3 losses in a row. No. I think Melbourne should win next week. If they lose to Warriors next week, it's a huge panic station for them. Huge panic stations. 4 straight losses won't be good enough. 3 isn't good enough, but 4 especially won't be good enough. Edwards with the ball now. Dylan Edwards, ladies and gentlemen, and Cleary now. Again, I'm taking away my voodoo. We want 50, says Charlie Hamilton. We want 50. Yep, I didn't stand in the way of the voodoo there. I knew it wouldn't have scored if I said something. So 44-10 now, Legends. And they've got 7 minutes on the clock to put the 50 bomb on the Storm. Will they do it? Jeffrey says, TJC, how are you tonight? I'm actually pretty dang good, legend. It's been a fun 2 streams here. Though for the sake of the teams tomorrow, I hope none of them have to be dominated the way the Panthers have dominated the Storm. They've absolutely destroyed it. Nathan Cleary actually comes off, legend. Zapanu, he's on the sideline there. That's right. They've taken off Cleary. Talagi now gets it over to Smith here. Smith crashes forward. Though I'm sure they don't really care about the 50-point of the Panthers. They would appreciate it happening. Lindsay Smith. Over to Luke Garner now. Garner into the line here. And Garner will garner some support now as he goes down here. Come on, hit that like button if you want Storm to hold out here. And hit that sub button if you want the Panthers to hit the 50 bomb, legends. Lindsay Smith. Casey McLean. And oh no, Casey McLean has lost the ball. Yeah, double knock on first off Penrith, legends. That is a terrible moment there. And it's a rare lapse in judgment from the Panthers after what's been an almost perfect game. You know, they've made an error or two, but ultimately it was a near perfect game. Come on, boys, don't concede 50, says Rugby Fella. Parramatta to win on Monday. Jeffrey, that's a prediction I love to see in the chat, mate. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Hughes. Over to Munster. Munster dummies now. Cameron Munster on the ground. Fending them off now. Park here. And it's 6 again for the Melbourne Storm now. Just what they wanted. They want to roll down the clock. Not even thinking about conceding 50, are they? It's not even in the back of their mind that could happen. It won't happen. That's as far as Storm are concerned. Hughes. Over to Munster. Munster dummies here. Cameron Munster. Held behind the 10. Now, Munster's on a huge try-scoring drought, by the way. It's like 12 games or something. Wishart to Hughes. Gets around here. What goes around comes around. Melbourne Storm, 5 minutes on the clock here. They dummy. It's Wishart. And Wishart's held up on 5th. Here we go. One more tackle left in the set, legends. He couldn't crash on through. He probably should have passed it. Stop the fight, Panthers won. Stop it. Nah. If we concede 50, then at least we... Okay. Yeah. At least I'll be happy. People talk about us not having a good performance against Penrith. Look at Melbourne here, legends. And Jenkins! Whoever said old man Jenkins? It's young man Jenkins. Thomas Jenkins gets the ball here. And it's Casey McLean into the line now. Hurt his hand there, in and around. We go over to the right now. Lussick, Martin. They keep pushing forward here, the Panthers. If they got a penalty for momentum, that would just completely wrap it up here for them. Lussick. What I do know is this game's not going to Golden Point, legends. At 44-10, it's not happening. Now over to Leota. Well, a 6 again they'll take. 6 again's good enough in my opinion. A 6 again's close enough to what they would have wanted here. And Leota, always allowed to make a good run. It's Yoda, Lindsay Smith. Lindsay Smith gets it to Luke Garner. Luke Garner gets to keep running with it here. He's just going to take the tackle there now. Luke Garner. 35 metres out on second tackle. Gets the pass to Lindsay Smith. Yeo to Moses Leota. He takes off. It's a kick from Jack Cogger. And Suapolongo had to hit it out of play there. Yep, last try wins. Yep, last try wins. Rugby fella. Storm can still do it. Last try wins. Oh. So close from Cogger. There's no Nathan Cleary or Blaze Talagi on the field. I want to point that out with what Panthers are doing. There's no Nathan Cleary or Talagi on the field. Like, what the heck? What the heck am I witnessing? Thomas, oh my God, he crashes through. Thomas Jenkins, Storm are going to concede 50. It's 48 with a kick to come from pretty much in front. Thomas Jenkins. Oh my God. Panthers have absolutely dominated. And he goes, rawr, to the crowd. Or I guess, meow, not rawr, isn't it? Thomas Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen. And Melbourne Storm. I think Craig Bellamy's he's in a casket right now. Finds the space, puts the ball down. Where the heck has this beast come from here? They've done it! They've done it! Storm have conceded 50 at CommBank Stadium! Oh my God! Rugby league truly is a remarkable thing. Most tries scored, not just in this game, but in general. Thomas Jenkins, how often does he just find his way through at the right, perfect amount of times there? That's a Parafan in the crowd cheering them on. What the heck is up with that? I'm kidding. It's playing his brother there. Shout out to them. Oh my God. And the Penrith Panthers now with a brilliant play there. And it's going to be 50. Oh, well, see you guys next to your teams. Yeah. Another blokes. No, they haven't conceded 50 yet. Cleary needs to get the kick. No, Alamonte's taking it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Cleary's off. Alamonte has to take the kick. Oh, no, I know they're Flaxie's family, legend. I know his family. I know what they look like. I was cracking a joke because I know that. Yeah, that's one of Flaxie's many brothers. And, oh my God, something that not many teams have done. They've scored 50. Melbourne Storm have just dominated the Penrith Panthers have just dominated the Melbourne Storm like they were nothing, like they were toys to be played with. Oh my God. And they're added to the list. Charlie Hamilton says, let's go. It's 50 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Who's the last? When is the last time Storm conceded 50, legends? According to Google, it was 2003, apparently. Goodness me, 50-4 against the Bulldogs. Well, times have changed. Panthers lose the ball. Storm have it now, by the way. But does it really matter when a 50 bomb's been put on? Who wants them? Because I'll give it to ya. Yep, 23 years ago, 2003. Yep, seeing that. Insane stuff. 23 years ago. 3 straight losses and a 50-pointer. Munster now with the kick. Edwards in from behind, and that's good pressure on them. 40 seconds, a minute 40 on the clock now. And just let this sink in. Penrith Panthers have become the first team in premiership history to win their opening 5 games in the season by 20 points or more. How can you even believe that, legends? 20 points or more, first 5 games of the season. Probably while also conceding at however few points they have as well. Absolutely insane stats here. Penrith Panthers with the history-defining opening to the year. And huge hit there on the Storm there. They nearly lose the ball, but managed to just barely hold it. Hughes to Alec McDonald here down the middle. Alec McDonald held out, eking his way through here, and down he goes. They can't win the comp. Hughes to Munster, who knocks it on here. Liam Martin, and they collect it. 40 seconds left on the clock now. And they've got half their best players on the sideline, by the way. I got to point that out. Panthers are holding on against the Storm dominantly with way less of their stars on the field. Can they get one more? I don't think they'll get one more, legend, but they can probably have fun with it here. The Storm have actually been given the ball. It was a double play. The Panthers absolutely outplayed them. 5, 4, 3. Can they get a consolation try? 2, 1. Su'a Longo here They dummy through here. Melbourne, they want the try. There's so many Panthers on him there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was 9 Panthers on the one player, legends. And that is the end to it all. Penrith Panthers have won at CommBank Stadium. 50. Right? Read that. Read that scoreline. 50-10, legends. We're winning the comp, says Charlie Hamilton. We took Cleary off with 7 minutes to go and still outscored the Storm in that time. I know. Panthers just simply too much for Melbourne to handle. If you enjoyed the stream tonight, legends, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We are out of here. Oh my God. They are as bad as Para. They are as bad as Para now. They are worse than Para. Oh my God, because at least Para beat Broncos, baby. We beat one of the grand final teams. They couldn't beat the prelim. On to it, legends. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Let's get at it. I'll see you for tomorrow's streams. Wow. Just wow. I can't believe this. Just can't.